Hey, what? Oh, there we go. Alrighty. Hey, I can't do anything right today.
Whatever she said, then I'm that. If this here rocks to y'all, then you that. Whatever she said, then I'm that. If this here rocks to y'all, then you that.
Hey, what up, G Team and YouTube? It is Major G, and the so apparently there is going to be a reboot. Ooh, sorry, or continuation. And now they've been talking about this for years now. I think they've been talking about this for over 5 years now. I think that the last time I remember hearing about it was like 2011 or 2010. And they've been talking about doing a reboot or a continuation of Reboot. For those of you that don't know, Reboot. I'm a big fan of Reboot. I used to get up every Saturday morning and watch Reboot on ABC. Back when we used to have Saturday morning cartoons. And for those of you who don't know, Reboot was the very first CGI series ever created. Because before Reboot, I think there was times where CGI was used in movies, but I believe it was the very first time CGI was used for anything. Well, not anything, but like 100% CGI was ever used for anything. The first 100% computer animation production, official production.
I come from the net, through systems, peoples, and cities, to this place, mainframe. My format, Guardian, to mend and defend. To defend my newfound friends, their hopes and dreams. To defend them from their enemies. They say the user lives outside the net and inputs games for pleasure. No one knows for sure, but I intend to find out. Reboot!
And it came out in the early 90s, I want to say, like 92, 93. Somewhere between 92 and 94 is when it came out. And it's actually from Canada. It's a Canadian series. But it was also broadcast on Saturday mornings on ABC. And I believe it came on at either 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Standard. And oddly enough, it took place within a computer. So all the characters were sprites. So you had Enzo and Dot Matrix. You had Bob, who was a guardian, and guardians were basically virus protection. You had Frisket, which was Enzo's dog, and for whatever reason, he hated Bob. And then you had a bunch of random sprites that took they had these odd forms. And then you had you had the villains, Megabyte and Hexadecimal, who were viruses, and they were siblings. And everything took place within this one computer. Bob was actually from the net, or the internet. He was a virus protection. He was virus protection software that the user had downloaded onto the computer, and so he would go up against the viruses, Megabyte and Hexadecimal, all the time. Megabyte was a complete stereotypical villain with deep voice and two really stupid lackeys, Hack and Slash, and he himself was somewhat competent, but Hack and Slash were completely incompetent. And Bob would usually outsmart him in some way. Bob also had this little tool called Glitch. It was, what was it? A key tool. I think that's what it was called. He had a key tool called Glitch, and it was given to all the Guardians. And Glitch could do just about anything. Just about anything you could imagine that you might need. Glitch would turn into it and help out Bob. And let's see. Then you had the recurring characters, Andrea, capital AI, who I'm going to get into her a little later. And then there was the Crimson Binomial, who was a pirate from the net. He was a random sprite who was a pirate from the net. Then you had Bob's colleague slash love interest, but not really love interest. Secondary love interest. There we go. Partner backslash, or off and on partner backslash secondary love interest, Mouse. And Mouse was, what was Mouse? Mouse was, she was like a bounty hunter or something like, no, not a bounty hunter. Mouse just basically worked on her own, and she was kind of like Catwoman. Except, like, without all the, like, the cattiness and the acrobatics and all that. Like, if you could put what Catwoman does, like her position in society, and then mix that with the personality of Rogue from X-Men, put them together, that's Mouse. And then who else? And then we get to end. Okay, so one of the primary premises of, or one of the primary events that would go on at certain events, or at certain times, was that the user would play a game. By the way, they live in the city called Mainframe. Oh, and Fong. How did I forget Fong? Fong was the mayor. Was he the mayor of Mainframe? I think he was the mayor of Mainframe. And Dot was like his deputy mayor or something like that. Dot also owned a restaurant. And Dot was Bob's primary love interest. And Fong was like, he was like a stereotypical old Asian man. Yeah, like he was a stereotypical old Asian guy. But like he didn't look like an Asian man, but he was totally an Asian man. He was like an old Chinese man. And so yeah, anyway, the user would play games every so often, and this giant purple cube would come down into Mainframe whenever there was a game going on, and then what would happen is that the primary sprites, like Enzo, Dot, they would try to keep Enzo out because Enzo was a kid, but Dot and Bob would always try to get into the game. And the only way to get into the game was that you would have to get in under the cube and let the cube land on you. Otherwise, if you try to go in straight through the wall, like you get deleted. There we go. You get deleted. That's, by the way, I should mention ReBoot uses a lot of uses a lot of tech terms. Deleted for death. Enzo's favorite exclamation was alphanumeric. they would always say like stuff like "gotta copy and paste," like stuff like that. Basically, all sorts of computer terms for life. And so anyway, they get into this game, and they would have to beat the game, or else if the user won, that part of mainframe would be destroyed, and any sprites that were in there would get would get turned into nulls. And I don't remember if they ever really said what nulls really were, but they were basically slugs. Like they looked like slugs, very colorful slugs, and they were Hexadecimal's friends. And Hexadecimal, I should mention, was very, very crazy. She was insane, absolutely bat crap crazy. And she was also super powerful. But anyway, let's see. Anything else? Yeah. So yeah, when they would get into the game would be different all the time, and they would have to adjust themselves. All the sprites would have to adjust themselves to become part of the game, and to do that, every sprite has an icon. So every sprite would double click their icon and say "ReBoot," and they would change into a character fitting that game. So yeah, and that was where you got a lot of interesting stuff, a lot of real cool pop culture references. I remember there was a Mad Max parody. There was what else? There was a Mad Max one. There was a Pokemon one mixed with Dragon Ball Z. There was a let me think. I think my personal favorite... Oh, there was a Mortal Kombat one. And that's the one where Enzo gets lost. But my personal favorite one has got to be the Evil Dead one. There was one that was ripped straight from Evil Dead. And like Enzo was a parody of Michael Jackson's Thriller, and Dot looked like Elvira.
Enzo, plug it in now! Alright, come on, let's go. What are you doing? Using up his ammo! Woo! By letting him shoot at you? Yeah! Over here, big boy.
It's only funny till someone loses an eye.
But yeah, so in the first couple seasons, ReBoot was very light. It was very funny. And then in the third season, it got super dark. And I think that's when ABC basically pulled the plug on airing it in the U.S. And later on, it came out on Toonami. The third season came out... Oh, no, I shouldn't say the third season, because I remember watching the first part of the third season. I think it was up until Bob gets thrown into the net. Yeah. He gets thrown into a... What did they call that again? A warp hole? A portal? Portal. I think it was a portal. He gets thrown into a portal, which basically is an internet connection, and Bob got lost in the internet. So Mainframe didn't have a guardian, and Megabyte took over. Or Megabyte tried to take over, but Enzo stepped up and became a guardian. Because I think Bob left him a guardian, like a piece of a guardian program or something. Like he promised Enzo he would take him to guardian school through the internet. And let's see. And so, yeah, ABC, I believe, stopped airing it around the time, sometime after Bob got thrown into the net, because I remember seeing that on Saturday morning. And then it just got, like, after that, they just stopped showing it. And then I think it was, and then Cartoon Network brought back the rest of season 3, and where after Enzo gets lost in a game, him and Andrea is a game sprite that Enzo brings into Mainframe, and Enzo gets lost in a game and taken to he turns himself, Frisket and Andrea, into game sprites so that they don't get turned into nulls, and they get lost. And next thing we know, Enzo's an adult. So, and he's awesome too. Enzo is awesome as an adult. But yeah, so yeah, the saga when Enzo becomes an adult was on Cartoon Network when Enzo's in the net trying to get back to Mainframe, and jumping from game to game and all that stuff. Or jumping from mainframe to mainframe. Yeah, from computer to computer. And let me think. Anything else? So yeah, Cartoon Network continued it from there, and then there were 2 movies. What was it? There was the Medusa virus? Or was the Medusa virus? There were 2 movies. I think one was called the Medusa virus, or that might have been actually one of the episodes. But there was one episode. No, it was the one when no, that's not it. Yeah, I forget. But anyway, yeah, it takes the first movie takes up right after the series ends, and then the next movie is called My Two Bobs. Was that right? Was it My Two Bobs? Or was My Two Bobs the actual movie? No, there was a new virus. There was a new virus that came out, right? I'm sorry, I forgot. Because I used to have that movie, and then I lost it between the time I moved from Chicago back to Maryland. So, yeah. So anyway, My Two Bobs was the last movie, and it ended on a cliffhanger, which was bogus. It was absolutely bogus. So now we're finally, and ReBoot was I think ReBoot got continued as a web comic like 10 years back or something like that. Supposedly it was brought back as a web comic, and now we're finally getting something like motion picture. So yeah, anyway, I'm curious to see what it looks like, because at the time, once again, if you can imagine, this was the 90s. The animation was, compared to today, was extremely primitive. So I can't wait to see what it's going to look like, if they're going to keep the original designs and just try to like update it so it looks a little more natural, or if they're going to completely make everything look brand new. Oh yeah, one more. I forgot one more thing. So there is one more interesting point, and despite the fact that the series takes place over the equivalent of about 3 years, was it 3 years? 2 or 3 years. Because they're in a computer, I think it takes place over the course of 2 minutes. So, yeah, there was something. I remember them talking about minutes take a long time. So, and they would measure everything in nanoseconds. So I think the series takes place over the course of like 1 or 2 minutes, which is very interesting. That's a little bit of trivia for you guys. But anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and get on with this. I have been chatting for a while. All right, let's go ahead. Here we go. It's time for some ReBoot. Reaction to The Guardian Code. Let's do it. What the heck?
It's time to send humanity back to the Dark Ages.
Alan Turing High.
Wait, what is this?
Tech progressive school in the city.
Nothing happens on the first day of school.
What is this?
Am I happy to be here? We'll see.
Wait, what is this?
Here. I'm Austin. This is Parker.
Are we sure this is ReBoot?
Look at all this tech. Quit touching stuff.
Oh my god, that is ReBoot.
I knew this school was gonna be cool, but this is incredible.
Guardians, your mission has commenced. Wait, who are you?
What?
They call me Vera. I'm the virtual evolutionary recombinant.
She's an exchange student.
Zipboard.
Oh, they brought back zip boards.
Energy shurikens.
You must operate covertly and never reveal your guardian identities.
Whoops.
The Guardian code will not stop me. Megabyte.
I reactivated you. I control you. Invade and infect.
Ooh!
The sorcerer purge the system.
That's supposed to be Megabyte?
That maniac before he starts the next world war.
Okay, guys. It's save the world time. No pressure.
Do the right thing. You know what this means, right?
You
That
are
dude-
next generation
what was that dude
Guardians,
from?
The first humans to defend cyberspace.
Prison Break?
We got this. Vector! Gotcha! It's gonna blow! I'm ready.
Yo, what was that? What? 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 What was, wait, hold on. Ooh. What was that? That was not ReBoot. No. That was not ReBoot. Oh my god. I know you I know this is a completely new side of me. Because I'm usually very kind about everything, but that's what? They took one of my favorite shows from childhood and turned it into Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad. What? And Megabyte looks worse? Like, how does he come out of this looking worse? And where's the continuation? Like, where? What? Oh my. Yeah. I am not satisfied with this. Netflix, what are you guys doing? This is by Netflix? What are you guys doing? Oh my god. They're ruining ReBoot. They took away everything, like almost everything that hold on. Let me rewatch this. I gotta rewatch this. Let me. Hold on. I'm gonna rewatch this and see if I can get a fresh perspective.
It's time to send humanity back to the Dark Ages.
Alan Turing High. Only the most tech progressive school in the city.
Nothing happens on the first day of school. This is my house now.
Am I happy to be here? We'll see.
Room 0. 0. I'm Austin. This is Parker. Trey.
I'm Tamara.
Look at all this tech. Quit touching stuff. I knew this school was gonna be cool, but this is incredible.
Guardians, your mission has commenced.
Wait, who are you?
They call me Vera. I'm the virtual evolutionary recombinant.
She's an exchange student.
Zipboard.
Vera's got a booty though.
Energy shurikens.
You must operate covertly and never reveal your guardian identities.
Whoops.
The Guardian code will not stop me. Megabyte.
I reactivated you. I control you. Invade and infect.
You must be connected to the sorcerer.
purge the system, now. We need to stop that maniac before he starts the next World War.
Why is wait. Here's what I want to know. Hold on. Here's what I want to know. Why is this dude laughing like Tommy Wiseau? Hold on. Look at this joint. Look at this. Look at this. This dude is laughing like Tommy Wiseau.
That maniac before he's. 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 That maniac before he starts the next World War.
That's a.
Okay, guys, it saved the world.
That is a Tommy Wiseau laugh, if I ever saw one.
You know what this means, right?
You are next generation Guardians, the first humans to defend cyberspace.
It's okay. We got this. Vector! Gotcha! It's gonna blow! I'm ready.
This also doesn't make any sense. Why are humans defending cyberspace, okay? Let me think. At the end of ReBoot, I believe the Guardian School is still around. This makes no sense. Within the lore of ReBoot, as far as I know, I mean maybe they destroyed the Guardian School in the comics, but as someone who watched the show, this makes no sense because the Guardian School still, I believe the Guardian School still exists. Yeah, because Megabyte never went through the internet. Yeah, Megabyte never went through the internet. So the Guardian School still exists. This doesn't make any sense. I don't understand. Netflix, what are you guys doing? What is this? What is this? You calling this ReBoot? Who signed off on this? It's like a superhuman samurai squad, cyber squad. Like a bad. What do you call? Oh my god, I can't think of it. Superhuman samurai cyber squad. Who are the other people? Tattooed teenage alien fighters from Beverly Hills. That's what this is. The freaking tattooed teenage alien fighters from Beverly Hills mixed with superhuman samurai cyber squad. None of this makes any sense. Oh my god. I am so unhappy with this. I really am. I am really I don't think I've been this unhappy with something I've seen since Mrs. Peach's Fried Chicken. Yeah. And now I'm actually more upset over this because this I have an attachment to. I have an attachment to this. Not this. Not this. Not that trash. But I mean the original ReBoot. I actually have an attachment to that. It's just, oh my god. Tattooed teenage alien fighters from Beverly Hills mixed with superhuman samurai cyber squad. That's what this is. That is exactly what this is. I'm done. Alright, well, what did you guys think? Did you like it? Did you hate it? What? Tell me in the comments. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna bounce. Alright, I'll see you guys. Till next time, everyone. Be excellent to one another and party on, dudes.
That's terrible.
Oh my god! That was the chick from Overwatch!
Are you willing to fight?
The Gundam! It was the Gundam! Oh my god, the Iron Giant! Oh my god. Yeah.